Good morning, good afternoon. Today's Wednesday, November 15, 2017, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. All right, looking at the Wall Street Journal right now. Seems like the GOP is still working on the tax overhaul. Many anticipating some results before Christmas, so people have certainty to, spend more into the economy and to better celebrate the Christmas season. Um, yeah, so they may put some spin on their healthcare agenda, but we'll see how they try to twist some of the stuff. Target has a lower profit, forecast moderate holiday sales growth, partially due to the empire of Amazon taking over a lot of the online sales and eventually the brick and mortar sales. Um, if you notice, like you're one of my followers, you probably know that I featured Amazon last year when it was like around 500 and 600 bucks a share. Now it's $1,000 a share, over $1,000 a share. So today seems like there's like a moderate fall in the stock market. Yes, as I mentioned many times before, as we go into the record territory, there's a lot of capitulation where they need to have more volatility to make the profit for the traders. And when they can't go up that much, as like last few days, only like going up like 20, 30 points, you're good. You're probably due for like a big drop a little bit to create volatility by the traders. So AT&T merger with Time Warner. As I mentioned before previously, a lot of these like telecommunication companies, since singular merger, has been have the net effect of raising prices on the cellular phones and eliminating lower cost competitions. This may be even though it's not exactly like that, but it's AT&T, so they would need to get some scrutiny for that. It seems like Uber's cleared the way for investment by SoftBank. From my experience, Uber is really messed up, uh, and I think this industry is still in beta mode, and where things can change rather quickly. So we see how it turns out with Uber. Tencent profit rises nearly 70% on mobile game growth. Yeah, they do. Mobile games do attract a large demographic of young people. Um, yes, they do create an economy within the game where you buy virtual goods, and tying with other functionality with money as well. So they know how to do that. You know, U.S. retail sales rose 0.2% in October due to optimism by the president delivering on 3% GDP economic growth. So he is delivering. That's for one thing for sure on economic policies. Carlyle eyes Vero Energy IPO valuing around $2 billion. That is pretty good. If this is a traditional oil refiner, in the midterm, I would see pretty good. Since the oil prices are lower, then people will start using more gas. But in the very long term, I do see EVs, EV cars, EV trucks coming from Tesla will eliminate a lot of these demands eventually in the long term. All right. They're asking a question: will electric cars replace gas powered ones? I would say it will be, not a complete like a replacement, but like be a portion of the cars be EVs. Some will like EVs, some will like traditional gasoline, some will like it hybrid, and so forth like that. So we gotta like go through the renegotiation of the NAFTA talks, the North American Free Trade Agreement. They will probably have to renegotiate to bring back the jobs that's left the U.S. to Mexico mostly. Mostly the auto manufacturing jobs. That probably have to work with the tax rework of the GOP as well. Says some news about Alibaba. They've been doing pretty well with the singles day, which I have no experience in the Hong Kong area. They didn't celebrate it at all. It was mainly in mainland. All right, you see, like the Amazon is making its way into the Chinese market by complying with local laws, by selling some assets. Um, so I do see Amazon will be, more interested in business than holding any idealism in politics or anything like that. So they'll be complying mostly to do more business. And we'll see probably they make a second effort, in my opinion, into the retail, um, competing directly with Alibaba eventually. I would see like Alibaba and Amazon on a head-to-head course eventually, as the businesses expand and converge on many different areas. All right, let's look at the market so far in the midday in the U.S. As you can see, the crude oil continues decline. As I mentioned many times, they were trying to play the false narrative to pop the prices higher. Um, but the fact still remains: the United States is the net exporter right now, producing a lot of oil. Um, displacing even OPEC, where they agree on everything and cheat on every quota. All right, gold's going down $3 to 12.79. All right, Asia. Yes, we do see some capitulations in the Hang Seng, as I mentioned already. There's a lot of you know, a lot of different interests in the Asian markets in Hang Seng, where it needs to be played out, where we'll try to approach, not quite get there, and like shown right now, dropping 300 points and so forth like that. So we'll see. As I mentioned, or mentioning this already, it may even change the event because I mentioned it. All right, Dow Jones dropping 100 points, over 100 points. Well, it's like I mentioned before, the traders need to create more volatility as it was like rising very small amounts. I do see it. They need to drop in a lot so they can rise back a lot. The volatility and stuff like that. All right, that's that with the markets, and let's try the Bloomberg. As you can see, this sell-off, as it's shown repeatedly, when there's any sell-off, it's a time to buy because you already seen the chart since the elections. The economy has been doing very well and deliver on over 3% growth GDP. So that's not bad at all. Optimism and populism. So in the news in Hong Kong is like the $2 billion land sale. As everybody knows, it's like there's not a lot of land in Hong Kong, and there's a lot of people, the population is growing a lot. In my opinion, I think they should invest on the technologies and techniques of land filling. They have tried that previously, and it's been relatively stable in the land that they fill. And it's not like like being eroded away by water currents or anything like that. So if they continue to develop on the research on filling land, maybe filling on the southern side of the island of Hong Kong, they can fill in a lot of good land and create a lot of new spaces. Um, so, in my opinion, they should invest in those technology and techniques in filling land. They should fill land in every way possible, except the river that runs between the New Territory and the Hong Kong Island. All right, so that's that. Airbus, yes, as I mentioned in my previous commentaries, Airbus is very efficient in using advanced composites compared to Boeing that uses advanced composite in all areas. That's making it very wasteful. Airbus design is more efficient. They know which parts they absolutely need advanced composites, and you know that advanced composites cannot be returned to raw material like steel. So that comparison gives it an edge in efficiency. All right. So Japan's economy is showing growth, not bad. Oh, one big news in local Hong Kong area. Um, the basic law chairperson, the top guy, Li Fei, is coming to visit Hong Kong, and with a lot of things happening in the next few days, he'll be visiting at least 3 days to discuss basic law related matters and the progression of Hong Kong's development as it further integrates into the mainland with its one country, two system. It's an eventuality. They need to work it out. Where Hong Kong has a massive amount of economy, where they need to support liberties that still attracts foreign businessmen and foreign business interests. That's what attracts a lot of foreigners into investing in Hong Kong with its 10% tax rate. Because you can use many websites and express relative free speech still. So that's the attractive point with the Hong Kong economic situation right now, because it's still a free and open, relatively speaking, compared to other areas. All right, that's that. In the next few days, and I'll be commenting a little bit on that because they do protect free speech in Hong Kong as well. All right. Don't expect me to rock the boat or anything like that. I'll be giving some gentle commentaries only on those. All right, that's Bloomberg. Bloomberg does have an office in Hong Kong. And they do give free broadcasts on their cable TV channel over the internet as well. All right. All right, so today's Wednesday, November 15, 2017, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Oh, something to note, YouTube implemented a stricter guideline on filtering traffic. So some of the traffic numbers may not be updated until several days later. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but yeah, let's let it work it out, and let's see. So I do have Indian followers and Chinese business followers. India's Modi went for a big hug on Amazon after I featured Amazon in one of my videos. When it was like last year, when it was like 500 and 600 bucks a share, and now 1 year later, it's at over $1,000 a share. In that video, I expressed my optimism and confidence in Amazon's business and power. So that's that. I do have Chinese business followers, and recently my Chinese business follower did detect my sometimes actionable commentary where they bought out the Germany's robotics firm after I featured these robotics arms in my supercar video, building supercars, which are listed below. So also, more recently, the company called Funimation that owns Dragon Ball became a takeover target after I featured Goku and Gohan of Dragon Ball in my cooking demo videos, which also listed a little bit below. They're called under the brand of Eating. And also more recently, Ford Motor Company had a rapid response to my commentary when I stated on a Wednesday that future car company needs to have a lineup of EVs and hybrids in order to survive. Several hours later, Ford Motor Company came out announcing that they dedicated more resources into bigger trucks, bigger cars, and also EVs and hybrids. That's that. As everybody knows already, I do sometimes make actionable commentaries. That's followed by my Indian followers and Chinese business followers. All right. And I do create a private email group now where I provide more in detail actionable commentaries on businesses, stocks, and economic views. Just to have a little disclaimer, I'm focusing on business and economics commentary, not anything else. So, I'm not here to rock the boat while on my Asian trip. Okay, today's no, not Thursday. Today's Wednesday, November 15, 2017, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Happy trading.